The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
After weeks of fast and furious one-player stadium play, it's time to lounge around and take a little bit of a break. Wait, you gotta go even faster here? That's right, it is time for our Spa Service Tournament. Welcome, puzzlers. This is your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2023. And it is time, once again, for another little side event. The one-player stadium tournament will be concluding tomorrow, but before that, let's take a minute to acknowledge and shout out the other modes of play that we speedrun. And today, we are going to have 5 players try their hand at Spa Service to get as fast as they can in order to get the title of PPL2023 Spa Service Champion. Let's take a look at how this tournament is going to work. So, we have 5 players currently streaming to their Twitch channels, or at least signed up to stream to their Twitch channels. One of them will be joining us a little bit later after the first race. And their goal is going to be to speedrun the Spa Service mode from the very beginning. There are 6 rounds with 5 stages in each round. There are special stages after round 3, that is completely optional. And a last stage after round 6, that is not. People who beat the last stage first will win each race and move on automatically to our final 4 bracket. We are doing 2 group races this time around. The category gets a bit on the long side. Like, the record for this Spa Service mode is 24 minutes, but seeing times into the 30-minute range is definitely not unreasonable to see from our players. These races actually have a 40-minute time limit to try and keep things moving as well. So we got 2 races with all of the players to try and get the best times that they can. The winners of each race will get the top 2 spots, and then the wild cards will serve as the 3rd and 4th seeds from the best times among the non-winners. And on the line for this tournament is the Discord title in our community Discord server of PPL2023 Spa Service Champion, and a portion of our crowd-funded prize pool, currently sitting at $250 in out of our goal of $500. The top 4 in the one-player stadium gold bracket are currently getting paid from this pool, but if you get those tips, bits, and subscription amounts up and get them up to $500, we will expand that to the top 8. And we can see the payouts on screen like so. The Spa Service winner is going to get 4% of our pool. And, you know, for future reference, just for playing in these tournaments, you get a chance to win a random raffle prize. We got 2% of the pool on the line for just participating. You know, for this amount of change, $5 is definitely not too bad. So consider joining us for the future tournaments. We would definitely appreciate it. Let's take a look at how the leaderboard is going to shape up to see who is going to be playing today. We have some of our one-player stadium competitors trying their hand at this, with FFR Pro 21, Fortnite Mike, Octo Oil, Ty, and our defending champion Yoshi. Yoshi gonna be looking to repeat as champion. Fortnite Mike wants some revenge on Yoshi for beating him in last year's inaugural Spa Service tournament, and FFR Pro wants to try and get in on the affair this time around because he could not play in the last one. So this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a mostly chill experience to watch, but the players will be anything but chill, so let's cheer them on as we get this Spa Service tournament underway, starting right now. We have our first 4 players available on screen. Make sure that the link to the current race room is updated at all times. Let's make sure that is updated. So here we are, our 4 players awaiting the start of this race. Again, this race has a 40-minute time limit. Try and not keep our players waiting too long. And I believe I am ready to get this moving. I will let the players know that they can start. Should be noted the record time on our speedrun leaderboard is 24:06 by our very own FFR Pro 21. Yoshi does have a faster time on record. I believe you can find it on their Twitch channel at some point. Maybe that was from the last Spa Service tournament. I think it was. Now that I think about it, it might have actually been from the last Spa Service tournament. I'm not sure. It's been a minute. In any case, we are ready to start race 1. And now our players will be off to the races. Don't mind the oddities with Fortnite Mike's version of Project 64. That's just the way it's gonna have to go. So, if you are new to Spa Service, this is actually kind of one of the more common modes for newer players to latch onto first. The goal in each stage is to see that clear line that Fortnite Mike just moved his panels under. You have to match all of the panels above that line and get them all down to under that line as fast as you reasonably can. And you can kind of see the advantages that FFR and Yoshi have in this regard. A high cursor speed will definitely go a long way in this format. The idea here is that you want to try and flatten the stack as much as you can, trying to get down to the clear line as fast as you can, and then try to make your matches in a way so that you're not waiting for things to pop. Like, you can kind of see Octo Oil here set up a few chains in waiting for some panels to fall before that could be done. You really don't want to be taking time to form chains in this mode. You're just trying to get under everything as fast as possible. So early on, we see the advantages from Yoshi and FFR Pro. Yoshi on the final stage of round 1. Fortnite Mike just entering the final stage of round 1, about 10 seconds behind FFR Pro. Like, really, this should serve a player like Mike as well, being the longtime PvP player that he is. And just like that, Yoshi is done with the first round with FFR Pro. About, I think we'll call that 10 seconds behind. Ooh, Yoshi taking the time to set up a 9 combo. Right, those are pretty neat, considering Yoshi is the favorite to win this tournament. Probably feels good in a format like this to just style on everyone else. Like, that can definitely feel nice. Yeah, FFR's run is looking fine compared to his best run at the moment. Yoshi is looking a little bit behind, and Oil is also running with splits, and she seems to be ahead of her best run. Which is quite nice. And this is basically how this mode goes. As the stages progress, the starting speed level will go up. You see Yoshi starting 2-4. Oh, with a bonk! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a little bit of an issue. That will even up the playing field just a little bit with FFR Pro. But Yoshi had already built such a big lead that it probably will not matter. But again, as the stages progress, the starting speed level will go up, and the height of the stack from stage 1 through stage 5 will also go up, and the starting round 1 stack will also be higher with each subsequent round. So you have to deal with ever increasing difficulties. Yoshi trying to prioritize matches that don't have him waste any time. FFR Pro able to pull off the same as he finishes round 2. Again, the Spa Service run-throughs have 6 rounds. 5 stages in each round. After round 3, there will be a special stage, which is meant to serve as a preview of the final stage, though, as you will see later, the final stage is in 3D mode, and the special stage will be in 2D mode. Spoiler alert. So it doesn't serve that much of a preview at all for the full circumstances you're going to be facing. It's only there to really get you used to the speed in an environment that you've already been playing in. see FFR cutting off some potential falling matches to try and keep chains from delaying the resolution of the field state. You can't actually win the stage while panels are popping. So they all have to stop before you can actually claim victory. Again, Ty is also in this event, but he is not going to join us for this first race, so we will be seeing him take an attempt a little later on. But all of our players will have 2 chances to get the best run that they can. It was 3 group races last year, and by the time we got to the finals, everyone was exhausted. So for the sake of our players, we will give them a reprieve and make it so that way they only have to do 2 races to get a time, and then figure out through single races for the bracket matches who is going to come out on top. There's a speed with the matches that Yoshi is making, but also an efficiency too, barely leaving more than 1 to 2 empty spaces in the ending stack. You can kind of see a little bit of a chasm in Fortnite Mike's stack at the end of 3-4. Like, part of the efficient clearing and matching you want to make is not only making matches as fast as you can, but also not making more matches than you're required. That's definitely a thing that can mess people up. And here we see Yoshi and now FFR Pro entering the world of 3D. This was quite the fun innovation on the formula, but I couldn't argue that Intelligent Systems really did anything special with this. Like, you can play CPUs in 3D versus, and the CPUs really don't know how to deal with the I believe 18 columns of panels that this mode has. Oh, now I forget, is it 18 or 12? you can tell I don't play this mode very much. I'm kind of a scrub at remembering how much this mode actually has to play it. I think it's actually 12 now that I think about it. Now that I think about it properly. So, Yoshi has finished 4-2. FFR can see the clear line on 4-2. Fortnite Mike can see the clear line on 4-1. And Octo Oil has just finished 3-4. So our top players will be finishing these runs in the like high 25, low 26, 27 minute times. The top players usually get very consistent in this mode, don't end up with a lot of variance in their times. As a matter of fact, we do have a prediction in the live chat of how many sub 25 runs we would see today. There are all of the Twitch points pumped into seeing 3 or more of those runs, which we could easily see 3 just from Yoshi. Because that's how fast Yoshi is. Like, Yoshi put up a crazy good effort in our one-player stadium tournament, was our defending one-player stadium champion, was sweeping all of the tournaments last year, so Yoshi's definitely shown his prowess in this game and in all of the games in the series. And before him, it was FFR Pro ruling the roost in terms of marathon and spa service. So we really are seeing the best of the best at work for this tournament. Alright, Octo Oil looks to be on a fine pace after finishing round 3. I see lots of green on her timer. I see a fair amount of red on Yoshi's and FFR Pros, but as fast as they have been, it really doesn't surprise me. And again, Yoshi showing some great efficiency in matching panels in finishing out round 4. There's not much more than probably 5 or 6 panels in free space at the bottom, and with so many extra panels to work with, that can be a very difficult thing to keep track of. Also, you can kind of see the strategy that our players will generally want to go for to attack 3D mode. We're trying to make a circle. Trying not to dwell on one particular end of the field, because you have to get everything under the line, in the front and in the back. Was there actually 2 or 3 panels of space left for Yoshi at the end of 5-1? Just very efficient with the matches Yoshi's being. Like, Yoshi's faster to these matches than everyone else in our community, but is also not matching too much more than necessary. It is definitely a sight to behold. Also, I believe there was a reset of the starting stack height at around, I think it was around 5.2. Or yeah, I think it was on 5.2 that the starting stack kind of got reset to a lower, more manageable amount for the speed. And there is Fortnite Mike done with 4.5. And again, don't mind the emulator weirdness. Project 64 is about the only reliable emulator nowadays for playing the original N64 version with a decent pace. There are a few other emulators that have managed to boot the game now, which was not always the case. Especially not. It took like the last couple of years, I think, for emulators not in the Nintendo Wii space to get this game running at good speeds. And from my experience, even BizHawk is struggling in that regard. Otherwise, I would probably be endorsing everyone to use BizHawk for their runs. Fortnite Mike just has one more match and is done with 5-1. Yoshi is getting matches down as is lane setting up chains as the rest of the stack is getting lowered. The multitasking gets insane here. And you're eventually going to see a speed level at the very end of this run of, I believe, it's 45. I think it goes up to 45. And that kind of speed, if you're not used to it, can take forever to get ahead of. And just like that, Yoshi is done with round 5, a full stage ahead of FFR Pro. My goodness. Alright, here we go with round 6. It is interesting comparing this Spa Service mode with the stage clear mode from Tetris Attack. That, of course, Tetris Attack has no 3D shenanigans to it. Like, could you imagine a game of that era using mode 7 to create an illusion of 3D? That would be kind of rad. I wonder if anyone could try and make that possible. Definitely above my pay grade. That would be funny. That would be funny. So to make the later levels more difficult, Tetris Attack puts the extra dark blue panel into play from the higher versus levels. This game is not doing that yet. It has not done that for these 3D rounds. Though you will actually start to see it in the last stage. So the difficulties that the last stage of this run provides will create even more heartache for newer players. I really do hope that Octo Oil is able to triumph and finish that. She seems to be doing very well for herself. At least compared to the previous times that she has attempted this. It's just, it can be so easy to just marvel at what Yoshi's able to pull off with his speed. Like, already, Yoshi is finishing up 6-3 as FFR Pro is about to finish 6-2. Almost fully lapped at this point is our PPL 2023 finalist. I don't know if you call it a stage a full lap as opposed to a round. Yeah, with how close Yoshi and FFR are expected to be in this event, I would call that a significant lapping. Fortnite Mike has started round 6. Octo Oil has started round 5. And now Ty has informed me that he is going to get set up. So we will be seeing Ty in the second race of this qualifying. Let's see here. Yoshi working on 6.5, FFR Pro on 6.4, Fortnite Mike on 6.2. It was kind of amazing last year how close Mike was getting to these top players, considering he does not really speedrun this game much, if at all. It only tends to come out for these tournaments, and we are definitely grateful for his presence. Alright then, Yoshi has made it to the last stage. Now the dark blue panels are here. Now you have to start chaining to deplete Giovanni's health bar, and a 7 chain is all that is needed to win in a time of 24 minutes 15 seconds. Yep, this guy's good. Yoshi is kinda good at this game. Let's add this time to the leaderboard. And it will be Yoshi advancing first into the top 4. And there is FFR Pro entering the last stage as well. Going to a different place in the field to start something. Ooh, 10 combos, neat. Combos aren't really going to make a lot of progress towards depleting Giovanni's health bar, but he does finish with a 25-37. Which by his standards is incredibly rough. I can't say I blame him. Also, while I have a minute as Fortnite Mike starts up on the last regular level, Octo Oil starts 5-4. What is this leaderboard view that I'm looking at? Because I may have the wrong... Either I have the wrong leaderboard loaded, or I have the wrong view captured, so... Let me see for a second what is up with... the view that I'm seeing. Okay, I think my view of the leaderboard was actually not displaying correctly. So, just need to give that a quick refresh, and that will fix that up just fine. So Yoshi's going to practice 3D marathon mode while we wait. That is definitely a fun way to go about that. Congratulations to Fortnite Mike for finishing this race at a 27:54. It's where it officially clocks in on racetime.gg, where all of the races are being timed. I think we've got a handful of people who are expecting a bit better of themselves. As they prepare for our second race. Octo Oil has started round 6, not going to quite finish under 30 minutes for this run, but she should have no problem finishing under the time limit. And again, just really cool to see the progress that Oil has made in such a short time with this game. Saw the difficulties last year she was running into with finishing S-hard runs, and now she is able to go through Spa Service with some respectable results. Alright, and we are closing in on 9 minutes left in this race number 1. If you want to really thank our players for the time that they are devoting to this little side event of ours, it's mostly here for bragging rights, a way to acknowledge the other modes of play that we speedrun, but we do have a little bit of a prize pool for this tournament. 4% of our total prize pool will be going to the winner of this tournament. And if you have maybe some sort of Twitch Prime subscription that you have not used for the month, or maybe you completed a few surveys for Twitch RPG, the research power group, and have some bits in storage like I do, our players will certainly be more than welcome to see you throw your spare change their way to support them for putting on such a great show. And even on 3D, Yoshi aims to please. I can't even keep track of how big the chain Yoshi's getting is going, because the... because the special sign is not uncapped. That little mystery chain indicator stops showing a number after X14 unless you turn on the setting in the options. But Yoshi definitely will show us some great flair in how it's all done. Octo Oil has now started 6-4. I still see a timer with a live green on it, so let's wish her well to close out these last two stages and maybe get a new personal best out of it. Also, as a programming reminder, we are moving back the start of tomorrow's one-player stadium finale in order to bring you the final match live. So starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we will start by showing you the third place match for the gold bracket, which has already been recorded, by the way. So the results will be revealed at the start of tomorrow's show. And then the finals of the gold bracket will be played out. It will be myself, it will be FFR Pro 21. One of us will be the first four-time major champion in LPS history. And of course, we are playing on S-Hard to finish the tournament, so it is going to be crazy. Looking at Octo Oil again, she might be able to finish under 30 minutes of game time. If she continues here, you have to keep an eye on the panels in the back. It is kind of easy in 3D mode to ignore everything that's in the back of the stack and push your stack up too far to try and get to the clear line. But the bottom of the clear line is on Oil's view. She is able to get to it with another couple rows raised. Now she has enough to wrap up this round 6 and move on to the last stage. Getting there. Looks like about one more rose worth an extra combo will buy a couple seconds. And there it is with round 6 complete. Let's see how she is able to chain her way at this very punishing speed. Oh, she's got a 5 chain. Oh, that's not quite enough. Oh, 3 chain, almost there. almost there. You see the flashing of Giovanni's health bar. Oh, another 3 chain. And the 8 combo will finish it for Oil. 37:47 is the final time. So congratulations to Octo Oil for finishing out this run. That is an achievement in and of itself. So now we'll go ahead and move the festivities over to the second race. We'll let Ty know that second race is open for him. Now I need to make a decision on who to best substitute for this next race, so we can actually see Ty play. I think we'll actually take a visit to Octo Oil a little later on to cheer her on. To finish this second race. There is Ty. Get his name on screen. Players know that they are ready to begin. Ty's best time is under 30 minutes, so I expect Ty to be able to take the 4th spot in this. We are poised to see a bracket matchup of Yoshi versus Ty in FFR Pro versus Fortnite Mike. We will see what the panels are able to reveal. That is underway for all of our players now. We'll try to keep regular updates on Octo Oil. As the race progresses. But on screen now are the 4 players that are expected to get into the final bracket. Ty will have to put a time on the board in order to lock that in. Yoshi has locked in the first spot in the next round with that 24-15 win. The winners will be automatically added to the final bracket. Yoshi cannot claim that automatic entry twice, so it will be up to the other 4 players to get that second spot. All expectations are that it'll be FFR Pro to get the second spot. But this is still very early on, though. Yoshi has finished 1-3 while everyone else on screen gets through 1-3. Starting off fairly close here by the looks of it. Octo Oil has now started 1-3. So she is getting on her way with this run. Ooh, the 9 combo from Tai. Definitely love to see the combos styling and profiling. And again, the efficiency with what Yoshi's able to clear these panels with FFR, also showing the efficiency in finishing round 1. Unfortunately, Fortnite Mike bonked onto the ceiling just then, which is an instant death in this mode. The absolute worst thing that could happen to you. In this mode. The absolute biggest time loss for our players. So round 1 is done for Mike. Now joins everyone else on screen at 2-1. Octo Oil has started 1-5. Yoshi here is on 2-2. Again, Yoshi has nothing to worry about because he is free and clear to the next round. And considering how he is playing in this second race, he's going to be very secure in the #1 seed. Whew, this has been quite the tournament so far, hasn't it, puzzlers? Oh, this kind of setting has me reflecting on what we've seen from the tournament thus far. Now that we're on our penultimate day of action. This is the second side event to play, the last side event to play. The one-player stadium tournament has its silver bracket fully done, and we'll have the gold bracket fully done in a matter of hours. Just kind of amazing to see what this tournament this tournament has already done. Like, please, if you're watching on YouTube, shout us out in the comments with your favorite moment from this tournament so far. also in our what's become tradition at this point, in the style of Tetris Attack, there's also a little post-tournament credit sequence that will play at the very end to recap the most important and the most hype matchup, most hype moments from these few weeks of play that we've had. Anyone that is watching live, I am definitely welcoming the opportunity to clip particular moments to consider for the end of tournament credits, and that appears to be a gold best split that we see from Yoshi. Uh-oh. If Yoshi's playing to that level, then yeah, the other players might have something to worry about. Like, we kind of knew going in that this was Yoshi's tournament to lose, but Yoshi's kind of making mincemeat out of round 3 right now. Holy moly. Octo-Oil, by the way, has just started 2-5. We will make sure to get a live look at her run when one of our players is finished here. And even though setting up combos and chains is not super helpful towards the final aims of this mode, if you are able to set some things up quickly, then you can make some sort of cascading sequence to where panels do start popping faster than they normally would. So, oftentimes we will see the likes of Yoshi and FFR Pro potentially set up sequences for lag chains, to where different sets of panels will be falling at different times. To build up chains much faster than the normal rhythm of play would allow. Lag chaining is still very helpful in getting the top times here. Yoshi and FFR are showing that in spades. Looks like FFR is off to a slightly faster start to this round 4, now in the 3D mode. By the way, if you do want to pick up 3D mode, you want to pick up Spa Service seriously as a speedrun, please, whatever you do, do not play the Wii Virtual Console version on an emulator or otherwise, because the official Nintendo emulator for the Wii for this game just does not handle 3D mode well at all. There's so much extra lag that you'll just add minutes to your final time. if you do that. So, if you don't have an N64 and want to seriously try your hand at this, you are very much encouraged to grab an emulator, grab the Switch Online expansion pack. Because that kind of emulates 3D mode fairly well, if Octo Oil's play is any indication. Okay, it just looks so much cleaner when Yoshi does it. Yoshi just seems to be able to clear much fewer panels than everyone else and still get under the clear line. I will try not to get completely enamored by it, but it's very difficult at these highest levels. I am much more interested in getting into this battle that appears to have emerged for third place between Fortnite Mike and Ty. Mike has just finished 4-2, but is a few seconds behind Ty. It looks to be about 5 seconds at this point, which is kind of impressive to do after more than 15 stages of play. That'd be after 17 stages of play. So this will be interesting to see how the two competitors deal with this 3D mode. Ty's growing the lead a little bit more, it seems. Or actually, no, I think Mike actually made up a couple seconds on that one. Stream delay makes things a bit awkward. But that will be a battle to watch as we close in on the end of this race. And just like that, Yoshi has opened up a lead on FFR Pro to a full stage once again. Octo Oil, by the way, has started 4-1. So she is doing quite well for herself. Again, the winner of this race, not named Yoshi, will be claiming the overall second seed in this little side tournament. This is actually the second time we've done these side tournaments for Pokemon Puzzle League. It was kind of an idea to spice up the flow of the tournaments by adding Spa Service and Marathon to this game for play. Then we added it for Tetris Attack for that last tournament. I think we're gonna have a regular rotation, a regular set of Marathon, Spa Service, endless stage clear tournaments for these annual tournaments going forward. And this is certainly making for a different experience. Than we've gotten in prior tournaments. You just look at everything Yoshi is matching. All the 10 combos and lag chains. Again, you're just trying to go into a circle to attack every part of your field. You have to get all of it under the clear line to proceed. So you can't really spend too much time dwelling on one specific area. Like, honestly, the time you spend devoting yourself to one area and then flattening the rest of the panels around it, you might as well just spend that time making extra matches. And that is Yoshi done with 5-4 as FFR Pro enters 5-3. Again, keeping an eye on the battle for third place. Looking to avoid having to face Yoshi in the first round. So honestly, the prospect of facing FFR Pro for the first round is not super great either. But with Yoshi, it feels even more of an impossibility, so Mike and Ty kind of gunning for not having to play Yoshi right away. Alright, Octo Oil. Has finished 4-3. We'll go ahead and get back to her progress at the conclusion of this round of play for Yoshi. Yoshi kind of tore up round 5 a little bit, made up a few seconds. See how many more seconds Yoshi can make up here and maybe get under 24 minutes for this one. That seems to be where Yoshi appears to be headed right now. Like, honestly, Marathon and Spa Service have kind of become Yoshi's world, and everyone else is just living in it right now. Right, FFR Pro about to finish round 5. Not sure you need to take the time to make that 6 combo, but that will do just fine. Yoshi starting 6-3. Unfortunately, I did not catch what happened to Ty. Ty is just now finishing 5-4 as Fortnite Mike is able to see the clear line of 5-5. So it seems like the pace of this race is going to favor Fortnite Mike for 3rd place at the moment. Still remains to be seen what kind of impact the last stage might potentially have. For these players on screen, this speed level is nothing to be worried about. So they will be fine, but if they're not able to prioritize the matches in the most optimal manner, and they are still going to lose a lot of time regardless. Now we've got 4 players on screen entering round 6. Octo Oil has started round 5. Yoshi has slipped up a little bit in round 6, but is still looking fairly good to finish this run under 24 minutes and actually improve on his first run. Again, by the way, our leaderboard has a top time by a Varpro of 24:06. For reasons we will not get into, Yoshi's runs are not on the leaderboard, but he does have a best 22:57 to his name, and I'm really blanking on if that best time happened during last year's tournament. I could have sworn he finished last year's tournament on that 22:57, but Yoshi will have no trouble finishing this run out 23:39. Like, the way Yoshi's able to close out these stages is truly something special. So with Yoshi finished with this race, fully secured in the first seed, let's check in now with how Octo Oil is doing. At the start of 5-3, it seems, so she seems to be doing fairly well. Ty cannot see the... Well, now Ty can see the clear line for 6-3. Has to be very careful letting that stack get a bit high. Fortnite Mike is into 6-4, getting a full stage ahead at this point, which might lock out Ty's chances of getting the third seed. Alright, we've got for FFR Pro a 6 chain on top of the 5 chain to finish out that run with a very consistent 25:41. Not quite improving his best of the tournament, but that is some consistency you can count on from our PPL 2021 champion. I hear that guy's pretty good too. Now, Ty has completed 6-4. Mike is about to finish 6-5. It does not look like Ty is going to be able to finish this run in the time of Mike's first race, so Fortnite Mike is secure in the 3rd spot. FFR Pro, getting 2nd in this race too, has clinched the 2nd spot. But maybe Mike can find the chains in a little more comfortable environment. Dropping the 7 chain right there to finish off Giovanni. 27:39 is the official time for Fortnite Mike. That's a clinching of 3rd place. All that's left now is for Ty to lock in the 4th spot. Now onto the last stage. This is more in Ty's lane. Of being able to chain. Only gets a 5 chain to start here though. Ooh, Ty has a... Oh, Ty takes a death. Yeah, again, kind of easy to ignore the backside of your stack. It's so easy to lose track of everything. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, with that death, Ty falls a little bit short of his best, it appears. Still getting a fairly solid 29-25. But will be having to play against Yoshi in the first round. So this is gonna get a bit hairy for our bottom 2 competitors in the bracket. Both Fortnite Mike and Ty will be having very steep uphill battles against the top 2 players here. It is basically Yoshi and FFR Pro running this tournament right now. It's a bit of a shame that Tayman was not able to join us for this one, or he could also make a case for making Yoshi sweat even a little bit. But as soon as Oil completes her run, we will go ahead and move on to our bracket. And we will see if Yoshi or FFR Pro can possibly be upended. On their way to clashing at the end of this tournament. As we watch Octo Oil wrap up this run, that will give me the opportunity to set up the start.gg bracket. So that way I can show you all the path that our 4 finalists are going to go through. I will be able to make all of these settings. So let's see if the bracket view will finally show up. Looks like I'm gonna have to grab a different view of this bracket to show you what is going on later. Alright, that's the view I was looking for. Okay. Alright, so once we are able to get to bracket play, I can now actually show you the bracket, which is kind of important. Not gonna lie. And I wonder if Octo Oil here has a chance to beat her prior best time, though her stack is getting a bit on the high side, so she is making some timely combos and chains to stay alive here. When your stack is in the critical, within one row of the very top, you do get some extra stop time that Jigglypuff is so gleefully indicating on the screen. I want to say it's a 50% jump. But that's admittedly something I have not tested too much of. I consider myself a bit of a scrub when it comes to spa service. So I don't have that information as handy as I would like it to be. There's a few more panels, and Oil is done with round 6. Now for the final stage. Be great if she can pull off a 7 chain here. Oh my goodness! That is absolute last frame! Oh my goodness! Oil needs to lower this now. Or start chaining. Because the moment she runs out of the full stop time is the moment she's going to lose. Okay, okay. I think she can make the combos to handle it. Oh wait, no, 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 no! Oh! She could have improved her time in that run, but has elected not to. Well, that is unfortunate. So we shall bid Octo Oil a farewell to PPL 2023, but we saw some amazing things from her in this tournament, so I'm looking forward to see what she might be able to bring to us next time. With that in mind, let's get a better view at our final scores. It is Yoshi at the top with a 23:39 in Race 2 to claim the #1 seed, followed by FFR Pro 21 with an automatic qualifying time of 25:37. Then it's Fortnite Mike at 27:39 and Ty at 29:25. With Octo Oil on the outside looking in with the 37:47, but hey, a personal best is a personal best. A PB is a PB. And hard to argue with getting a PB in front of an audience like this. So, definitely appreciate Oil for joining us for this one. But now it is time for our final 4 to face off. Let's see if this bracket will actually show you how everyone is going to play out. Here we go. Yoshi versus Ty in the 1-4 matchup, with the 2-3 being FFR Pro and Fortnite Mike. So we will get these two matches going for you live very shortly. For everyone watching on YouTube, it will be an even faster break. But when we come back, we will go through the semifinal races for our Spa Service tournament. And then we will have the final match up for you before this broadcast is all said and done. So stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2023. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2023. This is your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, and we are getting into our bracket play of our Spa Service Tournament. Just a quick recap of the race times that we got from the qualifying stage. It is Yoshi in the first seed with 23:39, FFR Pro 21 with a 25:37 for second. Third is Fortnite Mike with 27:39, and Ty is fourth with 29:25, creating these bracket matchups for our final stage. We will see FFR Pro take on Fortnite Mike right after this, but for now we will go to the 1-4 matchup with Yoshi and Tai. It's going to be one race to take it all in these matches. So let's not waste any more of our players' time. Let's go ahead and get to this first matchup with Yoshi and Tai starting right now. And on second thought, how about we actually don't play any game audio for this stage? Let's see if maybe we can play this instead. Alright, this feels good. This feels good. Let's go ahead and to start our players. For this first semifinal match. As you can see, I have adjusted the bottom display to be able to show that this is a best of one. Again, this run for our top players is 25 to 30 minutes. So to do this for like even a best of 3 format and expect our competitors to not lose the use of their hands by the end of it is kind of not reasonable. Even for a final match, a best of 3 would have been a tricky proposition. Because I tried that last year, and that everyone did not like that. But it is Yoshi off to the races first. Hope he doesn't save those splits, because Yoshi forgot to start his timer on time. Which is why we're keeping our own timer here. Again, we are simply trying to get every panel under the clear line. You don't have to make combos and chains to do it. And so far, Tai is seemingly keeping up very well with Yoshi. It's almost like you really don't want to make a bunch of matches in the middle of your field. So if you make matches in the middle, then you're likely going to separate parts of your field in ways that you can't move through popping panels in order to make more matches. So by matching in the middle, you're kind of cutting off the rest of your avenues, and Yoshi really showed that stage who was boss. Wow. That was kind of crazy. Like, just the efficiency and pathing that Yoshi was able to employ on that stage was exemplary, and Tai is doing a very good job of his own of not clearing too many more panels than necessary to lower everything. Oh, Yoshi needed to clear one more panel, and that will be enough to finish round 1, and I think, unironically, Yoshi is ahead of his best time after round 1. It looked like to be about 7 seconds if the timer is accurate, and I do believe it is, as far as Yoshi's best time. So Yoshi is legitimately seeing a bunch of green on his timer at the moment. You can see Ty raising the stack all the way up to try and get the most matches possible on screen. That will do him fairly well. And oh my goodness, FFR Pro farming those Twitch bits, throwing 4,000 of them our way. Holy moly, that is actually $40. That is actually $40 of bits. Crazy. That means I'm gonna need to go to our tip tracker. And add $40 to the prize pool, making it the total now $290 out of our $500 goal. Very generous. Maybe a very good use of your time too, because you know there's still a good shot that FFR Pro is gonna take home the most of the prize pool once tomorrow is all said and done. As much as I want to say something about that, my track record against FFR has not been good lately. And so far, it is Yoshi really doing a number on these stages, and unfortunately, Ty is being left in the dust. I think Yoshi is actually like 6 seconds ahead of his record at the moment. He started his timer late, after the first stage was complete. But I started this stream timer at the same time that Yoshi started his run, so it is at worst a 6 second difference. It's 6 seconds ahead right now. So Yoshi is flying. Ty definitely doing his best to get through this run as well. Oh, just so close. Just another few sets. And there it is. There it is. Ty's about 4 seconds ahead of his best run after the conclusion of round 2. So both of these players are playing at their peak. And Yoshi is trying to prioritize different things, getting 8 and 9 combos along the way. Not letting that make a combo. That was actually very smart by Yoshi, because you have to wait for all the panel spaces in a combo to finish popping before you can move anything into the space. And considering the efficiency with which we are trying to move things in this space. You can't really afford to wait on a bunch of combos to finish popping to get moving again. Also, Yoshi's low-key kind of killing this round 3. So, yeah, Yoshi's being particularly crazy with it. I think he's unironically 10 seconds ahead of his current record after the first half. Seriously? After the 2D stages, he's 10 seconds ahead? What? I'm gonna have to adjust things later to be sure, but Yoshi is doing some very crazy things right now. Poor Tybe's now getting to 2 full stages behind. This is unfortunately not very close. But we continue to wish Ty well for a new best time. Those best times. Definitely love to see in a race environment. Like, really, as historically, Spa Service has only been played... It's been played most often in races. There aren't people cut from the same type of type of cloth that would actually grind this category out. Like, Yoshi was that type. FFR was that type. I'm kind of blanking on who else has done grinds of these modes. I think there's someone who's done that for Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. But as someone who has traditionally put in the biggest grinds for this series over the years, I have not even touched Spa Service in the way that Yoshi and FFR Pro and the people at the top have put into this. Still a marvel to watch them all play it out. Alright, Ty is almost done with 4-1. Needs another line's worth. Probably has enough to get everything under the line now. There it is. The deficit is very real, unfortunately, and Yoshi is going at it again with 4-4. I think Yoshi's actually 15 seconds ahead. I think Yoshi's actually 15 seconds ahead of his record right now. This is nuts. And, you know, Tai was 10 seconds ahead of his run after 2D play, so both of these players are continuing to bring it. Again, I can't help but wonder that maybe Yoshi got his current best time during last year's tournament, but I am hugely Mandeling that because none of those times are Yoshi's current best. So I don't know what I'm mistaking it for. Once again, you are seeing our players go in a circle, getting to these matches. Yoshi has opted at the moment for a right-to-left approach. Tai, for a hot minute there, was going left to right. Like, that's just personal preference. Kind of dictated by the build of the starting stack. Like, whatever match you see first is probably going to be the direction you go in first. At least that's how I end up doing it. Oh, Tai taking the time to set up an 8 combo there. We'll see if that ends up being worth it. Like, usually the time taken to set up combos in these modes is time that could be spent making extra matches instead. Like, you are purely trying to make matches as fast as you can. Oh, time missing one panel in the back. Again, kind of easy to ignore the backside on these stages. Also, yeah, this feels crazy. This feels crazy. Yoshi seems, if the times are accurate, if I started this timer on time, which I'm pretty sure I did, it sure does look like Yoshi is about 30 seconds ahead of his best run, which is already a record. Are we serious right now? Oh my goodness. And there is Yoshi done with 5-4, maintaining 30-second lead on his best. Tai just getting through round 4. There it is. Lost a little bit of ground, but is still up. In my personal experience, I found myself losing the most time on best runs in the 3D stages, so maybe we'll have the same effect for Tai. I don't know. I don't know how. Like, I don't think we have enough of a sample size from Tai to see how his Spa Service runs play out, or stage clear for that matter. Don't have enough data on it. Maybe it's the stage clear record I'm thinking of. I thought Yoshi set in the last tournament. Like, this is something that's going to bother me all day, puzzlers. Tai trying to fidget around to make a combo. Gonna get one more panel down, and that is enough for 5-1. Yoshi about to finish 6-1. Just lower these last two panels, and my goodness. Yoshi maintaining what appears to be a 30-second lead on his record into the last round. Seems very hard to believe. But we are seeing it here. Alright, Ty's able to see the clear line on 5-2. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the first semifinal match of our final bracket for the Spa Service side tournament. The other match will be coming up right after this between FFR Pro 21 and Fortnite Mike. And honestly, if I were FFR or Mike, which FFR is throwing an audible G's in the live chat right now. I'm not sure either of them want to be playing Yoshi at this peak level right now. Like, this is crazy. Like, continuing to make matches at the very bottom line and still not leaving a lot of space for under the clear line. This is efficiency that likes of which I'm not sure we've ever seen. I'm not sure if this mode has ever seen play this clean and still this fast. Now Yoshi circling back to the other side, just setting up small sequences of chains and going on. Oh, little extra chain sequence, but that is fine. With two stages to go, 6-5 in the last stage. I'm fairly certain Yoshi has a 45-second lead on his current record. I think the lead is 45 seconds. Yoshi did start his timer late, about 30 seconds late, if the on-screen timers are to be believed. Tai is now getting to the end of round 5. He might have slipped up a little bit on his pace, but he's still poised to get under 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, then. Here we go. Final stage. 1-7 chain between Yoshi and Glory. And a spot in our finals. That's a 7 chain. That has got to be... Well, this officially will clock in at a time of 22 minutes 6 seconds. That might have been like 22:05. Oh, what? That's all I have to say. Just what? And don't look now, Tai is 15 seconds ahead of his best run after round 5, so Ty has a chance to do something he's never done before in this run. Holy smokes! Let me see if I can actually update the time here. That is unreal. That probably would get retimed to 22:05. Jeez. Let's see if we can get some double PB strats then. Let's go, Ty. Ty trying to do the circular motion to set up basic chains and move on. Is getting hung up in a couple of places. But you could definitely call Ty one of the faster tappers in our speedrun community side of things. So he is certainly capable of moving it when he needs to. Or as FFR would say, going to Schmoovin' USA. Wait, why is the Canadian saying Schmoovin' USA? It's not important. What is important is that Ty gets through these last 3 stages, the 3 regular stages strong. Perhaps he can pull off a 7 chain for Giovanni's amusement at the end. Watch your 6. Oh, that stack was getting very high for Ty. There was one panel in the very back that was about to ruin it. But Ty does see it in time. And just playing Ty in one-player stadium play can be a harrowing experience with how fast Ty is able to move things. I mean, Ty did beat me in 2021. So his credentials really should not be questioned. And apparently neither should Yoshi's. Because, holy moly. Looks like Yoshi has gone into his timer and manually updated the time. That could go down as a 22:06. Are you kidding me? I'm still a bit mind blown right now. Forgive me if I am having trouble picking up the pieces of my brain right now. And Yoshi still has one more race of this to go. Yoshi will be awaiting the winner of our next matchup, which should be coming up fairly shortly. Ty looks like he has made up some ground on this round 6. might be starting to lose it a little here. Hard for me to tell from a stage to stage progression. Because Ty isn't so try-hard in this to keep track of individual stage times. Hello. Sub 29 for Ty? A clean last stage will do it. Let's see. Oh. Okay, there was a potential yellow match. There only gets a 2 chain to start. Like this high speed, high gravity does make it tricky to get too many things started. Oh. Ty's doing a lot of circling around the board. Does get the slide for the 4-chain extension. Ty gets the combo to stay alive. Unfortunately, that looks to be it for Ty to improve his current run. We'll end up stopping the clock at 29:26. That is not how the timer should be shown, but good enough. I will go ahead and congratulate Ty for putting up a good effort in this event, but we've got a win to give to our overall #1 seed. Just too much. There it is, 1-0. Yoshi wins, moves on to the final matchup. For the Spa Service bracket. And we will bring you the other side of the Spa Service bracket right after this. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournaments 2023. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2023. The Spa Service event is in its bracket stage, and now it is time for the second half of the semifinals, featuring a race between FFR Pro 21 and Fortnite Mike. It was FFR Pro posting a qualifying time of 25:37 to Fortnite Mike's 27:39. But even though Mike looks outmatched in this one, certainly an opportunity to turn another gear that maybe we haven't seen before. So let's go ahead and wander into this next matchup with FFR Pro 21 and Fortnite Mike starting right now. Let our players know that we are ready to go. We are about to see how these two will fare. And again, Mike was finishing consistently about 2 minutes slower than FFR Pro during qualifying. But it remains to be seen whether Mike has a iron gear in him. Let's find out. Have to imagine some sort of speed boost. Some sort of speed buff from the PvP experience. And so far, these players are looking fairly even. Dueling 18-second stages to start this run. And FFR moves on with that 22-second stage 2, 24 seconds for Mike. These players are definitely playing within the margins. And it really is just seconds and frames per stage for these players. Again, these players are fighting through 30 stages of regular under the clear line play, followed by one optional stage of making combos and chains to deplete a health bar, and one stage that is not so optional. One of them's in 2D, one of them's in 3D. Still not sure how the 2D preview of the final stage is super helpful for anyone picking up the game for the first time, but suppose you need to get used to the speed somehow. And FFR is through round 1 first. Fortnite Mike should be getting about 10 seconds behind that. So as far as I'm concerned, Mike is still in striking distance. Again, another thing to marvel about the play from the likes of FFR Pro and Yoshi, the thing that probably sets them apart amongst everyone else. Like, forget the cursor speed advantage. Like, forget the vision that they may have for building combos and chains. Just the efficiency with which they are consistently making matches, the years of Spa Service stage clear experience among both of those players has given them the instinct to not clear more panels than the stage absolutely requires to win. FFR has been very efficient with that. Fortnite Mike has been clearing a few too many extra panels. But of course, every extra panel you clear over what is required will add to the time that you have to spend waiting for those panels to pop in order to finish. Like, the reason we play this spa service mode at all, why anyone gives a rip about it, is because the skill set it demands is really unlike even the versus play, even the endless marathon play. Your play has to rise to a different standard. And for the past several years, it's been like one of the two qualifying race winners that have dominated in this space. Fortnite Mike is definitely showing an aptitude for being able to do this at a top time, but FFR and Yoshi just have more reps. Ooh, couple panels short was FFR. Needed an extra line raise to get that one up, but that will work out fine. Mike waiting on another extra match, but will not be getting lapped by FFR's play anytime soon. And just a perfect clear from FFR Pro on 3-2. Just a perfect amount of matching panels. Like, being able to downstack while keeping an eye on how many panels you have to match, that is something that definitely takes a lot of training to be able to recognize. That efficiency with which FFR is making these matches shows he has almost no peer in this community. Of course, then the Yoshi Nation attacked. And somehow Yoshi has the instincts and the superior cursor speed. Like, to not go too PG on this rated PG stream, but what the crap? What the actual hey? Mike is getting 3-4 finished out, not letting himself get lapped by FFR Pro just yet. I suppose while we have a moment as FFR finishes out round 3, Mike is getting closer to that round 3 finish, locking in there under 10 minutes at the chime. I suppose in all that exhilaration of the record-setting run that Yoshi pulled off in that last race, we can properly choose the outcome of the Twitch chat prediction for how many sub 25 runs we would get to see. And well, we've already seen 3 runs with an opportunity for one more, and it's all thanks to one man. It's all thanks to Yoshi. Oh my goodness. Fortnite Mike is done with 4-1. FFR not quite finished with 4-2, so not about to get lapped yet. I'm trying. Let me see if I can do some mental gymnastics about how long about the pace that Mike is on right now. So I mean, if each stage is taking about a minute, I think it's, well, no, it's actually closer to, it's kind of closer to a minute and a half after skipping through all the dialogue. So this could probably still go in the 25-minute range, I think. Like, FFR is definitely trending for something in the high 24s. Not gonna lie, Mike has been raising this stack super high. Ooh, a nicely timed 11 combo from FFR. Just flashy. Having this many panels available to you just lets you do so many flashy things. This goes to show you don't have to have all of the panels connected together in the same vicinity to make a big combo. Like, you can have sets of panels completely separate from each other and match them at different times to get the combos that you want. Almost no better place to be able to see that than in 3D mode. Which, again, I do wonder how much of an afterthought 3D mode was to the development of this game. Because CPUs really can't handle it at all. They're really not good at grasping the full urgency that 3D mode provides and asks for. That is FFR down with round 4. Didn't really lose any time over his best run in those 5 stages. Handled that round 4 fairly well. And here is the power of Fortnite almost done with this 4-5. Wonder if he needs to take the time to raise the stack that high. And we're seeing the likes of Yoshi get down very low to the bottom line even to be able to still make matches. Even FFR is able to clear everything above the line with only 2 panels, with only 2 rows of panels showing. And at the end of the day, this FFR is built different. Yoshi is built different. And it sure appears that we're finally going to see them clash one-on-one right after this. It would have to take a miracle for Mike to come back in this one. But in a sense, kind of a miracle that this 3D mode's able to work as it is. Even Nintendo had trouble properly emulating 3D mode for Virtual Console. .53 is done for FFR Pro, and I think we can sufficiently consider that a lap. Now that Fortnite Mike is just finishing 5-2. Those of you just tuning in, you are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2023. This is the Spa Service side event, where players are trying to complete this line clear mode as fast as they possibly can. And the winner of this tournament will be receiving a piece of our crowdfunded prize pool. The prize pool currently sitting at $290 out of our goal of $500. Our main one-player stadium tournament is paying out the top 4 of that event, but if we do reach the goal, then the top 4 will become the top 8. And everyone will be a little bit happier. Except maybe the winner of the main tournament, because they will get a smaller cut to be able to split it amongst more people, but it really hasn't been about the money, even since we started offering cash prizes. Really has never been about the money. FFR, though, certainly about this play style, as combos are flying all over the place as he circles around this field, getting through 6-1. Fortnite Mike still on to 5-5. Fairly valiant effort from our PvP expert and Fortnite enthusiast, but I'm not exactly sure if Mike is going to be able to beat his best time from qualifying. His best time from qualifying was a 27:39. Maybe this has a chance for a 26? Maybe? I'm not completely in tune with the mental math at the moment. But FFR is showing us why he has been one of the best with this mode for the past 10 years. And it's been roughly 10 years of dominance with the Spa Service leaderboard. There really haven't been too many notable challengers before Yoshi came along. I think there was a Japanese runner that took this on. Or was it... wait, were they Japanese or Italian? I remember it coming from a somewhat unusual place. No, I'm probably just making that part up. Oh, Mike has a few more lines worth to get through 6-2. There it is. There it is. This run definitely does look to be on a 26 pace, which would be an improvement for Mike. Let's see if he can at least pull that off as this run approaches its final stages. FFR Pro now on the final regular stage. Holy big chains, Batman. That became a 10 chain in like no time flat. Oh, you can really do some flashy things with the breadth of this mode. Like all the columns that you have to work with here is simply amazing. Oh, just a few more things to lower. One more panel, and FFR Pro is poised to cut the 25 with this run with a perfect 7 chain. Gets right into it. Gets the yellows for a 6 chain, and green's in place for a 7 chain. And there it is. 24-51. Coming in officially. Well done from FFR Pro. Might as well right now give him the Pokeball and the win. Job well done. Alright, 6-4 is done for Mike. There's definitely an opportunity to beat his qualifying time, at least. So let's see if he can pull that off. Like, already Fortnite Mike is posting times that would fall into the top 10. In fact, right now there are only 8 players on our leaderboard with spa service times under 30 minutes. I think if Yoshi was on the board, he would be one of them. As well, Fortnite Mike has made a time here that would be enough. Just all in all, good work. From the power of Fortnite. Oop, little bit harder to pull off inserts at this speed. Mike certainly is familiar with speeds like these with his PvP experience. Finally getting the chain in. 6 chain for the close. 27-38 is the final time. That clocks in here. Let's go ahead and make this one official. Here's the 1-0 win for FFR Pro. He will be taking on Yoshi in the finals of our tournament. Let's make sure that our bracket view can actually see what is going to be happening here. There it is. Yoshi, FFR Pro 21. The two people expected to fight it out at the very end are fighting it out here. And we will be crowning a new champion right after this. So stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2023. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Spa Service Speedrun Tournament 2023. I am your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, and it is time for our final match between the two players we all expected to get to this point. The number 1 seed Yoshi, the 2 seed FFR Pro 21. Quite frankly, head and shoulders above the rest in terms of their consistency and efficiency and just overall speed. I think these two have all the tools to run circles around everyone else in Spa Service, but who will be the one to run circles around the other? think we are about to find out who is going to take home the title of PPL 2023 Spa Service Champion between number 1 and number 2, Yoshi, FFR Pro 21, and that's going to start right now. Here we go. The urgency of the moment is here. Here it comes. This is actually the winner-take-all matchup. It is our finals between the actual record holder, who just set a new best time in the last race, in Yoshi, versus the top of the leaderboard in FFR Pro 21. We know how this match is going to go if both players are playing at their peak. At the very end, who is going to play at their peak? Let us take a look. Again, you just look at the speed that these two are playing at. You can see how they're so much faster than everyone else. Though it looks like Yoshi cleared an extra line. Did I see that right? I think Yoshi might have cleared an extra line, which does end up being a bit on the inefficient side. And in that regard, so does FFR in Stage 2. They just, things just happen to fall right into place for a 5 combo. That was going to be hard to dodge anyway. But you can see the approach that our two players are making. FFR seems more content to raise the stack as high as possible before making matches to get to the clear line. Yoshi has been starting the attacks off ever so slightly sooner. Now that the clear line is not in sight after an immediate raise, FFR will start matching things a little bit quicker. Ooh, two panels short is FFR. And looks like might be losing a little bit more ground onto Yoshi. Yoshi has been able, on average, to get things moving just a little bit faster, starting off just a little bit quicker. And it will be Yoshi done with round 1 first. But it is still very early in this race. Stages can be swung in full chunks of seconds at a time. So FFR can find a way to play even faster and even more efficient. Still pull off a comeback here. But it will end up being fairly difficult. Yoshi has distanced himself from the rest of the pack as the top dog in this spa service yard. And even here, seems to be making circles around our PPL2023 champion. A little bit extra there, but as fast as Yoshi's been playing today, that really doesn't matter much. Also, I don't think, if I'm getting the right read from seeing Yoshi's play here, I don't think it's great to like actually get all the way to the bottom of your stack without seeing the clear line. Like, there's gotta be, I think there's gotta be a point in which you make your matches and still make raise your stack and still make progress towards making matches. Like, it sure seems to me you don't want to be raising your stack or making matches. FFR has been doing a fair bit of either or from my observations. Yoshi gets a nice ghost match at the end of that round 2. This is not the torrid pace that Yoshi was on in the last race. But he is still schmoving. Still going really quick. Okay. Okay, that gets things underneath without too much incident. And hey, sometimes Spa Service exists in a bit of a play-around mode where you can get to flex. I think FFR showing a good series of lag chains and combos. Oh, needs move one more panel under, and that will take care of 3-1. Meanwhile, Yoshi just finishes 3-2. Already a full stage ahead after just 7 minutes of play. Actually crazy. Actually insane. A free perfectly matched 9 combo from Yoshi. Like, these two really are just flexing on the rest of us mortals. These two really are at their best. At their best in Spa Service. Better than the rest of us. We are seeing two masters of their craft at work here. And again, FFR is getting all the way down to the bottom and being forced to raise the stack to get more panels while not making any progress towards making matches. I'm wondering if that is actually a mistake, because I tend to do that thing too. I almost never see that from Yoshi. And this is just me thinking out loud for the first time in ages about how to play Spa Service. And it seems like at every instance, Yoshi is making progress towards the clear line and also making progress towards matches. That is the end of round 3 for our 1 seed. Putting him a full stage ahead of our 2 seed at the moment. Like, I'm not sure how much of an advantage Yoshi really has on the cursor speed compared to FFR Pro. FFR definitely can hold his own in that regard, but it feels like there have been a few too many instances of like getting to the bottom, fully exhausting your options, and then raising the stack to get more options. Feels like Yoshi's been better at avoiding that. Maybe I'm imagining things, but it's definitely appearing to me that you want to be multitasking. If you can always raise your stack and get get 10 combos along the way. If you can always get combos, you can always raise your stack and also make progress towards matching at the same time. You're going to end up very efficient. FFR making a few more swaps under the line, and that is very efficient. It couldn't have been more than 3 spaces at that bottom line. FFR turning on the efficiency for this 3D mode. Yoshi working this run with 2 lines under the clear line, which is probably enough to make random matches to push everything underneath. FFR is also working here with 2 lines under the clear line. I'm willing to adopt that as the sweet spot for raising the stack in 3D mode. Ooh, another 10 combo of multiple sets of matches for FFR. Like, 3D mode is a real playground for showing off a bunch of cool formations. It's kind of a shame Intelligent Systems didn't do more with this mode as a whole. Because there was potential to be had. Oh, FFR has a couple more panels to get under, and there is the conclusion of 4-3. Meanwhile, Yoshi, little bit of a mix-up on that exchange, but is already seeing the clear line of 4-5, whereas FFR hasn't even gotten to the clear line for 4-4. These two might be putting on a bit of a clinic, but it is FFR appearing to be the assistant and Yoshi being the master as he makes his way into round 5. I think still on a pace better than his best run going into today's action. Which, as much time as Yoshi has put into being good at line clear modes, feels kind of blasphemous to say. Yoshi needs a couple more. Gonna get that chain, and that will conclude 5-1. FFR can see the end of 4-5. Can see the end of round 5. Has a few more matches to make, but will continue the circular motion that makes spa service runs work. Oh, just a little bit more, and done. That takes care of FFR's round 4. But he's almost 2 full stages back as Yoshi just finishes 5-2. Absolutely amazing stuff we're seeing here, puzzlers. Five 3 is done for Yoshi. Officially, kind of making the second lap around FFR's times. Being up by 2 stages. Not a small deal. Oh, one more panel! Oh, that's gonna fall into a match. And FFR takes an extra bit to avoid it. So hard to go fast and not make mistakes with the cursor. Amazing these two can be as precise as they are with how fast they're moving. And you can see how higher the starting stacks are getting. Yoshi not able to fully raise the stack up to 2 rows under the clear line, as has been the tendency in this 3D mode. Just aren't enough lines for that. A little bit more, one more, and Yoshi is done with round 5. Still looking at an under 23-minute pace. Still looking to be faster than FFR's current best time. All while moving in a circle. This feels like racing. This feels like car racing after a while. Both these players are constantly making left turns, showing off some amazing feats in the process. Yoshi needs a couple more panels under, and that will do it for that stage. This round 6 feels like a victory lap. For our 1 seed. I can't imagine how many things would have to happen for FFR Pro to come back in this race. It would have to be something completely tragic. So let's not wish for anything of that sort, but see if FFR can finish this run on a good note nonetheless. Because honestly, today King Yoshi was too strong. Oh, Yoshi is just too good at the video game. There's no luck going into it. It feels like Yoshi has no peer in this speedrunning circle. Yeah, just casually bust out a 13 chain at this high gravity. Yep, that seems fair. Well, a few more panels to go, and that will do it for 6-3. FFR Pro just now addressing the clear line for 6-1. The lead is somehow expanding. There's FFR done with 6-1. Anyone else feels like trying their hand at Spa Service against the rest of us? Maybe the Immortals here scare you a little bit, but perhaps some of our other Spa Service enthusiasts are more your style. By all means, join us for these tournaments in the future. We welcome players of all skill levels to show off what they can do. And, you know, just for playing, you have a shot at winning a raffle prize from our prize pool. Nice little 2% for winning the raffle prize, which at this current prize pool amount would be $5.80. Is certainly not a terrible amount for investment in a 20-year-old video game. Okay, Yoshi did not quite have the chain started for this Giovanni, and now the secondary 4 chain will be enough to finish with a time officially clocking in 23 minutes 7 seconds. Oh me, oh my. Let's give our Spa Service King Pokeball and his crown. Well done. There's nothing left to be said. Just So well done. And FFR Pro is certainly no slouch in this department either. Still putting up times here in this tournament that runs circles around everyone else not named Yoshi in the community. So FFR even got a chance to flex a little bit of muscle in this tournament. And I will personally be hoping that FFR does not flex all over me come this time tomorrow when the final matches of the one-player stadium gold bracket play out. It will be myself and FFR Pro looking to be the first 4-time major champion in LPS history, and I wonder how much of this will serve to be any sort of training for that. Just for some practice, if nothing else. FFR Pro is one good 7 chain away from a sub 26. Let's see if it comes together. That's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 4, gonna need an insert, a 5. Not quite. And now you kind of get into scrambling mode because it's gonna take another 5 chain plus, I believe. Oh, trying to make the little drop inserts. A little more. There it is. Officially 26-15 for our 2 seed. And even FFR is regarding in the live chat that his hands slowly gave up towards the end. Duly noted for future Spa Service tournaments. Definitely will keep that in mind. But as it stands now, there's only one way this tournament could have ever ended. And it's gonna go like this. Yoshi, PPL2023 Spa Service Champion. Once again, Yoshi has swept the endless and stage clear side events. I've been doing that since the inception of the side events, to be quite frank. And we always love to see it. We always love to see our top players playing in environments that they are not... that at least we don't see too often. As we're all about one-player stadium, we're all about versus in the speedrunning community. As far as Tetris Attack and Pokemon Puzzle League go, but these other modes test the skill set that the story modes will not. So these modes are definitely worth playing. You should check them out. And check out more of Yoshi's play, because it is a sight to behold, and there is still more to behold of Yoshi's play as we conclude PPL 2023 tomorrow. We are down to our final day of competition. 2 more matches in the one-player stadium tournament to go. Note the special start time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Need to get that late to allow FFR Pro to play the match live. We will start with the already recorded matchup of Yoshi versus Tamiya and ND in the third place match in V-Hard. And then it will be FFR Pro 21 versus myself, a tale as old as time, in the difficulty that started it all for the core of this community. Best of 5, S-Hard. Winner takes home a nice load of history. So, cannot wait to show you how those matches will go down. Thank you for joining us for a very nice spa service event. Nice little change of pace. Definitely needed for all of us. And GG's to Yoshi once again for taking down another side event crown. That's going to do it for our coverage for today. For everyone else at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards with Heart saying, until next time everyone, happy puzzling.